Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another episode of Discovering Lost Ark. Today we're gonna talk about sailors and boats in the game. One of my favorite parts of Lost Ark is the whole water content together. Not only sailors and boats, but also everything you can do on water. Yeah, I'm gonna split this topic into two videos because it's impossible for me to even give you basics of the water and the sailors and the ships in one video, because the other it's just gonna be a 30-minute video, boys, and I don't want that. I'd rather have two 15-minute ones, right? Cool, so we're gonna split them into two. Today we talk about sailors and boats, and then in the next video we're gonna take a boat and we're gonna talk about all the things that you can do on water, and I'm gonna show you all the things that you can do on water with boats, with sailors, right? So if you don't know who I am, guys, actually never mind, nobody knows who I am, but if you don't know Lost Ark is an upcoming MMORPG, a fantastic upcoming MMORPG, extreme quality, extreme polish, extreme everything from grind to polish. Everything is extreme in Lost Ark. It's a beautiful game. It's a game jam-packed with features, with perks, with PvE, PvP, water. Anyway, the water content, boys. The water things, is a completely different game in Lost Ark. It is so huge, the things that you can do on water and the importance of the water content in Lost Ark, that it's basically another game. There is PvE, PvP and everything you do on land that you expect in an MMORPG, and then there's the water content. So let's get into boats, guys. As you see right here, I've gathered some of my Korean loyal followers, so I can show you some boats. This on which I am is a boat, a specific type of boat, right? This one is another one, this is another one, this is another one, and so on and so forth. People have a variety of boats here. If you're harbored in a port, like I am in a port here, there's here, there's here, there's here, and here, and here. If you're harbored in one, then this is the boat and sailor interface right here. There are 8 boats in total, and 6 of them are pretty easy to get. Most people have 6 boats. Very few people have this one as well, so 7 in total. And nobody has 8 because nobody has this one. This one, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. This is my favorite boat. Why? Because it's the fastest boat in the game, and because it's impossible to get. I love things that are impossible to get, and they become my favorite. So this is my favorite thing. Nobody has it, to my knowledge, after 8 months of Korean game, and Koreans are pretty grindy in general. Nobody has it because it's too expensive. This is a very long-term goal. For you to understand how expensive this boat is and how much you need to work for it, you need to do water content specifically targeted at gathering the currency needed for this boat for 2 hours a day, every day, for 6 years, in order for you to gather enough to buy it, right, from a pirate merchant. This boat right here, some people have it. This boat requires you to be at a specific place on the sea around the world at a specific time. It's a calendar event, so everyone knows when the ghost ship is gonna spawn, and you just go to that place where it spawns, here or here, and you just enter it, you kill the boss, the ghost ship boss, and then you have a chance to get that ghost ship as a drop. Now that you know how you get these boats, let me just tell you, why do we need boats in Lost Ark? What's the purpose of them? The purpose of boats is to host sailors. The purpose of boats is to also go on the sea with them and do a variety of very important things on the sea. It's not only casual things that you can do on the sea, and it's not only things that give you gold or some goodies. It's also things that help you improve your gear. Those enchantment stones, those acrasium pieces that I was talking about in previous videos, those you can also get on the sea. But I'm gonna talk about them in my next video, as I said, telling you everything that you can do on the sea. You can do a lot of fun things on the sea. Daily quests, most of the daily quests are on the sea, on these little islands that you see right here. These little islands are absolutely everywhere. It's jam-packed with them. So daily quests are mandatory in Lost Ark in order to have a smooth progression throughout the game and keep up with all of your friends. So you do want to do daily quests, which means you will want a boat, which means you want to upgrade your boat to make it faster and better. And then while you're on the sea, you might as well want to equip some decent sailors also in order to do some crazy things on the sea as well, some fun things as well. So boats, as I've just told you, can be upgraded. Boats can be renamed to your specific desire. Boats can also have a different sail pattern. Yeah, the more achievements you get, you can get various sail patterns. Many sail patterns are acquired from affinity towards specific merchants. If we open the affinity menu, let's open it right here. This merchant right here, as you can see, when you get fully acquainted with her, she gives you this one. This is a sail pattern which I've just shown you. Yeah? So now that you know all the things that you can do with them, I'm not going to go into very many details where you get that sail pattern, what happens when this ship gets to level 10, but it's pretty obvious. You can look right here. At level 8, this ship gets an extra sailor slot, and at level 10, this particular ship gets another sailor slot. There are ships like this one that have 5 sailor slots, and not only 4. At 4, at 6, and at 10, if you upgrade it, it takes a pretty decent amount of time to upgrade it if you don't want to use the broker. However, most of these mats are tradable and you can buy them from other people on the broker, so it shouldn't be so hard if you want to spend gold to just upgrade your ship really fast. Upgrading your ship gives your ship more durability. Durability is something very important for ships, because the more durability you have, the longer you can stay on water and do your things, whatever they are. Durability is also important when you want to travel in between seas. Sea in Lost Ark is not always this pleasant and blue and safe. There are very many spots in which there are dangerous waters that you kind of need to cross daily. Here there is a big batch of stormy waters, right? You cannot get past this point without going through stormy waters. What happens if you go through stormy waters? You can check on this ship as an example. This ship is weak in storm waters, so what you need to do if you want to go that way, you need to get a ship that is strong in storm waters, or at least usual, regular. This ship is strong in storm waters, so with this ship you can stay an eternity in storm waters without your durability going to 0 and your ship being wrecked, and then you need to have to go slowly to a port in order to repair it. So that's kind of the whole gist of it. Very interesting, very many variables in this second Lost Ark game, which is the water game. Different ships look in a different way, obviously, and yeah, what can I tell you? We're not going to talk about looks in this video. Cool. On ships you can equip sailors. All these ships, all 8 of them, also have ship specific sailors. Right now I am in the port that hosts this ship, right? Each port in the game hosts a different ship. This port right here hosts one of the ships I have, this one hosts another one, and so on and so forth. What I mean by hosts is not that you can only go with that ship there. I mean that when you level up and you finish your campaigns in this map, you get to this port, you get your first ship, this one. Now, sailors for this ship can only be purchased in this port right here. There is a merchant that looks like a boat, like this one, and you can interact with it and you can purchase sailors for that island's specific boat. A very interesting thing. Sailors cost these kinds of currencies depending on what boat you want to pimp up with sailors. It costs this currency or another one, which is I'm gonna show it to you right away, this one. Yeah, so if the boat is more expensive, if the boat is more GG, more high level and so on and so forth, then you will have to spend this currency to buy the sailors. If the boat is, you know, somewhere there in the middle, you're gonna have to spend this currency to purchase sailors, right? Where do you get this currency? Not important. It's already too much info. What do sailors do, boys? Sailors, you can have them in the menu right here. There are 2 types of sailors. There are boat-specific sailors that I've just talked about, and there are general sailors. The difference between general sailors and boat-specific sailors is the fact that general ones usually don't give you as many perks as the boat-specific ones. For example, just as an example, we take this pretty decent general sailor. It gives me 1 perk. This is not a perk. This is an exploration point, which you do it once, you get the achievement, and you're done. So you don't really need this thing. This is not called a perk. This is a perk, and this is a pretty decent epic quality sailor. Now if I look at another, this one, also epic quality, however it is a dedicated sailor for this ship right here, right? Now it becomes available to use. So this one already gives me 2 perks, and this is purple compared to purple. Yeah, various sailors give you various perks. You can see all the sailors in this beautiful Lost Ark menu, which is the item codex right here in Voyage, and you see the sailors. There is 10 pages of sailors, boys, most of them general sailors, some of them actually maybe half and half, specific boat sailors. This one, which is artifact grade, gives you 3 perks. This one also artifact grade 3 perks, and they are all super high level and super awesome. This is basically the hardest sailor to get in game, and he deserves to be the hardest because he gives you so many nice perks that you can't even imagine the difference on a boat with one of these and the difference on a boat with just a general shitty sailor. General sailors are also easy to get. Not only these artifact ones give you 3 perks, there are also, I'm pretty sure there are also yellow sailors like this one that also gives you, actually this one gives you 2 perks and an exploration point, but there are sailors, even these legendary ones, that give you 3 perks as well. Like for example this one. It's just a sailor legendary that gives you 3 perks. Yeah, this is for the ghost ship, and there's various sailors for all of those boats that I've showed you. The perks that I was talking about are very specific towards a type of content that you can do on water. As I said, I'm gonna talk about what you can do on water in my next video. However, just for you to understand the point of sailors is, on water you can do a variety of things, such as dive for treasures and get some loot. This is a sailor that helps you get better loot while diving, right? Because it has the diving skill at level 3. You can do shipwrecks, right? This is a sailor that helps you get better rewards in shipwrecks because it has the shipwreck thing at level 3. You can hunt marine life, sharks and stingrays and so on and so forth, and get you know, meat that you can sell for pirate coins. This is a sailor that helps you do more damage to those animals, those sea animals, and kill them faster, so you don't have to spend more time, and so on and so forth, guys. You get the gist of it. There's sailors that also do not just give you a specific thing, but for example, this ship is weak here in the ghost waters, in the dangerous ghost waters. If I would take this sailor off and I would add this general sailor that has death water resistance, you see that the ship already becomes normal. So I can run this particular ship now in ghost waters as well because of this sailor, and so on and so forth. There is a lot of different things that sailors give you, and if you like a specific type of content, then you have to choose a specific type of boat. For example, with this boat, of course it also looks different, but with this boat I can spend a lot of time in stormy waters, because these stormy waters this ship is very strong in, compared to this ship, which is actually weak, and I cannot even be in stormy waters because I'm just gonna lose all my durability in 2 minutes and just get wrecked and then have to go back to a port. Or this ship, which is weak, this ship is just normal, and so on and so forth. With this ship I can also do very well shipwrecks, right? Because this ship has specific ship sailors that give you a very high level of shipwrecks. With this ship I can also be very good in killing the ghost lord, because this ship has a sailor that you can equip, which gives you 90% more damage to mobs inside the ghost ship. So if you want to get the ghost ship, this right here is a very nice ship to run around chasing the ghost ship with that sailor equipped, because you can do more damage and so on and so forth. This ship right here, I can dive for treasures very well. Why? This one I can actually even show you, because I'm right here. I can dive for treasures because this ship has a dedicated sailor, this one, that gives me a very nice level of the deep dive skill. right? And it gives me a second perk as well. So if I would buy this, if I would gather enough of these tokens and buy this guy, I could equip this guy on this ship and then go nicely to dive for treasures for chance to get extra loot and so on and so forth. And it varies depending on the ship. So your choice of ship should be theoretically made by the content that you're most fond of doing on water. Cool. That's kind of everything, guys. Not much else to say. Various ships, I told you, have various sailor slots. Ships have here, you can read, you can pause the video at any time and read all of these details about the ships. The better the ship, obviously, the higher the level ship, the more speed it has, the more regeneration of this gauge right here, which is a gauge that when it's full, then you can press it for a sprint. Right, there are sailors again that you can equip on your boats that make this recover a lot faster. If you have your boat upgraded to level 6 and beyond, you get 2 of these gauges, one here and one here. So now that I have it and I'm gonna just press the button, I just get a boost of speed in that sense, and I'm just fast, right? Ships also have an auto movement thing. Ships also have like a pathing that they've added recently to the game, where you can start from a port and go to a place, to a direction. There is no collision, so I can just go through this guy on sea. And that's about everything I wanted to talk about in this episode of Discovering Lost Ark, guys. In the next one, I'm going to show you all the cool things that you can actually do with these ships on sea and the islands, and I'm going to talk about the islands and the whole do things with the ship and sailors. But until then, guys, lots of love. Thank you so much for watching. If you're excited about Lost Ark and if you want to know more about the game, please don't forget to subscribe. If you have a friend that wants to learn about Lost Ark, I have so many videos about Lost Ark on my channel. The past 7 months I've been doing only Lost Ark, and very excited for this game, deeply in love with this game actually. Lots of love, guys. Until my next video, see you soon.